as the half inning progressed there.
Yes, and now for New Milford, pitching for them is Ryan Borman, and then here is the Staples roster. Batting first is Jewel Sistro, second Jack Farnan, third Cooper Brundage, 4 Noah Sade, 5 Lou Goakley, 6 Andrew Oppenheimer, 7 Max Johnson, 8 Jake Goldshore, and 9 Nate Barrett.
And, you know, something to mention as the FCAC tournament just wrapped up this past week is some of the all FCAC players that were featured from the Staples Wreckers. That being Jack Farnan, who was featured in the first team, Kai Nee, who was also featured in the first team, Andrew Oppenheimer, Jake Goldshore, Jules Cesario, Cooper Brundage, who were all in the West Division, and Noah Sade, Max Johnson, and Luke Oakley, who were all honorable mentions.
Yeah, so full of wrecker skill here, and we'll see if this pays off. It's early on, but they try to come back from this 1-0 game. Jules Cicero leading off for Staples. In recent games, he's become one of their best hitters and one of the best rising stars on this team as he is a sophomore.
Yeah, definitely a young player for the Wreckers, but that's one of the storylines that the Wreckers have had all season long is how young of a team they have, with only a few seniors that will actually get out there on the diamond. And, yeah, they really have a young roster.
Yeah, and we're going to see next year as we see this junior group, they're all going to be seniors, the sophomores. It's going to be a very whole experience, and they have a bunch of great freshman talent, too, that they can't wait to break out as Cicero steps into the plate. As you can see the Wreckers chanting right there. As the first pitch is ripped and lined out to shortstop, 1 out there. First pitch swinging for Cicero. And fortunately, it was the shortstop, Cole Jennings, making the play.
Yeah, and you either love it or you hate the baseball chants. I mean, I've talked to some people, and they don't like the but I don't know. I think it's just the baseball style.
I feel it's a part of the Little League roots. I used to play Little League as this pitch is taken in for a ball to Farnan, so 1-0. But it's definitely something it's fun to watch, and all the players have a good time doing so.
Farn Dog now up at the plate.
So pitch to him is down low for another ball. 2-0 now for Jack Farnan. You a fan of the chanting or no?
Yeah, I think I like it. I think it's just a baseball thing, you know?
Yeah. There's another one up high, 3-0. Let's see if Farnan gets the green light, especially being your second hitter, so usually your best hitter on the team. No green light there as it is up high in there for a walk on 4 pitches for Farnan. And now up is Cooper Brundage, who at one point was on a spectacular streak where he was named Rudin Player of the Week, going 7 for 9.
Another baseball tradition that I like specifically, which is another baseball-specific thing, is the walk-up music. I mean, you get other sports where you maybe have like a goal-scored music or something like that, but baseball's the only one where you get a specific song that you get to choose that's played every time as you step up to the plate.
Yeah, first pitch high, 1-0. And there's definitely some players like Aaron Judge. You can know he plays Dior by Pop Smoke, and you just know he's up. It's Aaron Judge. You have to all pay attention. He's the one up. As the next pitch in is Farnan taking a big lead at first. Let's see if he goes in there for a strike. 1-1 to Brundage.
For those listening that do not know, Spencer here is a huge Yankees fan.
Yes, I'm a very big Yankees fan. So far, surprising start, number 1 in the AL East. Hopefully they could keep it up as the pitch from Borman is in there for taking his slow time here. Ball for 2-1 right there. Yeah. See, Reed is starting to hold Farnan off as first base as this one's up high, 3-1 now for Brundage. Throw back to first. Farnan in there in time. Son of the pitcher, I'm not really worrying about the runner, even though there is one out. It's 3-1 count, so if you ball, he walks him. As it's up high, and there's another walk to Brundage. Is now 2 runners on, 1 out for the third baseman, Noah Sade. See what he can do here. That was probably better than Brundage's walk-up song there.
Yeah, I don't know. I always see those TikToks of like people rating the walk-up songs as people go up. I don't know. I think that was a good. I think they both had good shouts.
Pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. I'm personally a fan of when they do like a little country, like a Morgan Wallen.
Yeah, it's a good. Yeah, I agree. Definitely feels more baseball-y when you do a little country versus the typical rap.
Up high, and they're 1-1 now. As we see the second baseman, Mason Kukuchski, is trying to hold off Farnan at second base. And this one is fouled.
That's going to hit a car. Oh!
Right in between that Jeep and the gray car over there.
My gosh, that was lucky.
Yeah. So I recently got my parking spot right over there, so foul ball territory. So watch out there, as this is a 2-2 count now. And this one is grounded in for a base hit, and Farnan's going to stay put at third base as the bases are now loaded for Luke Oakley with 1 out.
Big at bat here for Oakley.
One of the senior captains looking to make his mark and presence felt as he says goodbye, and what could be potentially, if they lose to Milford, his last game.
Yeah, rocking the pink gloves.
Was Mother's Day recently, maybe he got them. This is up high, 1-0 to Oakley.
I also think Staples had their like pink out game or something or other last week, I want to say.
It was recent too, and they also had Senior Day, another special one. As the pitch is up high, 2-0 now. Still a close one, but was able to be just a little bit high. Good call by the ump there. Hitters count. New Milford puts their infield in. Singles for a bunt, but it's up high, 3-0. Able to hold back there. And Borman can't throw a ball here because that would bring in the tying run to the plate. The tying run, not the tying. Yeah, tying run.
Yeah.
Signaling a bunt, holds back. Brought in the first baseman too, but that does not matter. That is ball 4, and the Wreckers are going to tie this game.
Yeah, Wreckers with only really 1 or 2 hits, one of which was caught for a foul, but they still are able to get a runner home here.
Now we see Nolan Bell go talk to his pitcher, Ryan Borman, who's really struggling to find the plate. So maybe this talk will help him out, but we see Andrew Oppenheimer, the Wreckers shortstop, up at the plate now.
That's a good walk-up song.
Yeah, I like this one here. So we see, looks like the coach for New Milford's coming out to talk. Interesting, right after the catcher's mound visit. Maybe something's up, we'll see.
Yeah, Oppenheimer having a little talk with Coach McFarland.
I wonder if it's something like maybe wait till the first strike is in there because he has yet to throw one in the last 2 at-bats. You see Staples faithful here starting to fill up, and it's an afternoon game.
Yeah, it's definitely an earlier one. Normally you see the 4 o'clock, 4:30. This one, 3:30.
As Oppenheimer takes one in for a strike. 0-1 now, the count.
I got to say, though, as a senior, I've completely lost track of time just in its entirety.
Well,
I don't even have to go to school anymore.
Yeah.
I just kind of chill at home, do some internship stuff here and there, and my sense of time is just out the window.
1-1, next pitch down low. If you lost track of time, it is May 29th, just as a friendly reminder. Not June yet. School's not almost out for the rest of us, but definitely waiting for that as this one is taken in for a ball, which was also a pretty close one. Looked like it hit the plate, but it's 2-1.
Some New Milford parents getting a little rowdy up
Yeah.
here in the stands of the Staples Wreckers.
This one is hit fly to right field, and that's dropping as the right fielder and the first baseman can't make the play as the Staples runner is going to get tagged out, but they're going to score first one. It was Noah Sade who got tagged out, and it looks like the right fielder is down injured for New Milford.
Yeah, he went for the diving catch there and just didn't quite get it, but looks like he'll get back up quickly. Must have just been a little wind knocked out of him situation as he's back and he's ready. Staples, their new and pretty young athletic trainer, running out to help him out. He's been at the lacrosse FCAC games. He was at the girls lacrosse state game yesterday. He's been all over the place. He's a good guy. I talked to him a bunch at the lacrosse games.
Now we see Max Johnson, one of the Staples captains, up for the Wreckers. He switches off usually with Jake Goldshore for catching, but he is DHing tonight. Pitch is inside for a ball, 1-0. 2-1 Staples lead. They were able to respond rather gratefully after that one run put up by Milford in the first inning. Runner goes, and he is going to be out by a mile as Oppenheimer is caught stealing, and that will end the inning. Wreckers respond, take the lead 2-1, end of the first inning.
Yeah, I think it was definitely an interesting inning for Staples. I wouldn't say that they played particularly well or hit particularly well, but I would more say that it was almost part of the New Milford's pitcher's fault, and the ball kind of just kept going high, kept going low. He wasn't really pitching all that many strikes, and I think that's kind of what that inning comes out to.
Yeah, now the person who made that tag, the second baseman Mason Kukuczynski, will be up to lead it off for the Green Waves.
Tobias to pitch the next inning as well. He pitched the first one.
Yeah, he was able to find the zone early. It was really those two hits that led to the run, first pitch swings.
Yeah.
But all his pitches he'd thrown are really all on the plate. No balls yet, not given out. You see some Top Gun music playing right here.
Yeah, that is a good walk-up song. Danger Zone?
It's not a walk-up song. It's more of a just play in between innings.
Yeah.
Always a fan favorite in general.
Yeah, I would agree. It's a classic.
It is a classic. You see the infield comes in to give Tobias a little prep. And Goldshore walking out, and we're going to see Kukuczynski take up at the plate.
Yeah, and assuming the Staples Wreckers come away with this victory, I want to urge you all to head over after the game to wwptfm.org, where we will be having a cleanup crew show.
Pitches grounded to the second baseman. Cicero makes the play, one away on one pitch.
And as I was saying, the cleanup crew we will be having for baseball, where we'll be having a bunch of players, and I believe Coach McFarland himself coming on the show for an interview. And that, again, is assuming the Staples Wreckers win this game. But, of course, we are hoping for the best as we go into this one.
Lucas Kopp, the left fielder, now up, takes first pitch in for a ball. And, you know, it was almost like the STV wasn't going to do baseball, barring that this New Milford upset, because it would have been a road game.
Yeah, we were planning on doing a show for the lacrosse game tonight, just because of, we didn't think baseball would have a game. As that ball's hit to third base, and Nate Barrett with another out at first.
Yeah, so another ground out for Kopp. So very efficient start this second inning for Tobias. 4 pitches in, 2 outs. And now batting number 13, the shortstop, Cole Jennings.
Yeah, and we were going to do a show for a lacrosse game, but Trumbull ended up losing, and now we're doing a show for baseball.
There's another play to the second baseman, is going to be in time as Jules Cicero makes the play. So 5 pitches in, 1, 2, 3 go down New Milford.
Yeah, an all-time inning for Nate Barrett right there, earning himself all 3 of the outs for the Wreckers. Just keeping his foot on first, grabbing that ball. Boom, boom, boom. 3 outs. Next half inning.
Yeah, it's good to see Nate here again. He was a friend of mine. He played on JV last year. Started playing first base, and he's been the everyday starter since then for the Wreckers.
Big shout out to Calc AB Period 1 with Mr. Borowski, Nate Barrett.
And now Max Johnson will step in, and he'll try to get his plate appearance in because Andrew Oppenheimer, to end the inning, middle of his at-bat, got caught stealing. So we'll see what Johnson could officially do in his first official at-bat.
His first at-bat to completion, you could say.
Yep. We'll see if Borman, though, the question is if he's able to find the strike zone. If he's not, maybe this game gets out of reach early. You don't want to be down like around 5-1 in the second inning because then you play a lot of catch-up as it is, and you're already down 1.
Absolutely. But yeah, Staples coming off a great inning, no runs, as they look to get another one here, or get another few runs here.
First pitch to Johnson is down low for a ball. In there for a strike, 1-1 now. And then something that I did notice in this game is I haven't seen the chants yet from New Milford from their bench. You see it in the dugout for Staples as they're constantly chanting as this one is dropped by the third baseman, and the ump ruled him out. He was safe as Johnson is mad. It looked like a missed call there by the ump, but that should have been caught by the third baseman to begin with. A drop ball there, but controversial play there. So 1 away for the Wreckers.
Yeah, definitely a controversial call from the ump. Johnson essentially getting to base, but ump calling it out.
You can see the reaction from the crowd not liking it as Jake Goldshore steps into the plate. So we thought the third baseman, Ryan Gabinelli, bobbled it. So that was a line out. It should have been caught. It made it much harder than it needed to be on the play, too. It's in there for a ball to Goldshore. 1-2 now is the count. Strike 3, caught him looking down the middle. Beautiful pitch there by Ryan Borman. And now up is the lefty, Nate Barrett. See what he could do here on the bottom of the order with the 2 outs, nobody on. Pitch 1 is taken up high, 1-0. Ball bounces on the plate, 2-0. Don't really see a ball bounce right on home plate. It's an interesting play. Nate takes this one in 3-0. 2 outs. Maybe you green light him here. And if he gets out, worst comes to worst is you have the top of the order leading off in the 3rd inning. Takes this one in, though, for a strike. 3-1 now. Another strike in there. 3-2. Full count, 2 outs. Records leave 2-1 in the bottom of the 2nd as Nate Barrett calls time.
Full count here. Big, I don't know what you call it, hit for Nate Barrett coming up here.
Oh, just misses the corner, and that's in it for a walk for Nate. So now up Jules Cicero, who lined out to short in the first inning. Let's see what he can do now.
You know, I keep seeing these TikToks and Instagram reels about how baseball players will get. Have you seen the hitting form where the players will get extra low to the plate to reduce the strike zone? I don't know. I just thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
Because technically the strike zone is like chest down, but if you lower your chest, then the strike zone becomes smaller.
Sure helps if you're small, too, because then it minimizes the zone where you see, like, the bigger players like Aaron Judge gets called as for way more strikes as another ball in there to Cicero, 2-0 now.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really relate to the game all that much, but I don't know. I just thought it was kind of an interesting concept.
Yeah, definitely, as the pitch to Cicero is swung on and missed. 2-1 now. Barrett leading off first, 2 out, 2-1 lead, bottom of the second for the Records. Fouled away, 2-2. Just hit the top of the fence and bounced all the way to the Record dugout.
2-2 here. As Cicero gets ready.
Fouled all the way back, and is that going to hit a car?
It will not.
Will not hit a car.
Yeah, it really isn't the best place for a parking lot, I will say.
Yeah, but the good thing for me is school gets out at 2:45, so.
Did you get the chance to move your car?
I had my brother take the car back. So.
Gotcha. Nice.
We could see some Milford fans not pretty pleased with the performance so far. Down low for a ball. Full count now for Cicero. Runner goes, full count, fouled back, and expect Nate to continue going with the full count, 2 out. So runner will take off again here.
Yeah, based on how this pitcher has played so far in this one, we would expect a ball here.
Pitches.
That one
bounces right before it hits the plate, and it's a walk there for the Records. And now Jack Farnan is up, who walked on 4 pitches in his first at-bat. Let's see if he could get on base and potentially help add more runs for the Records. You got the Aaron Judge music in there.
Yeah.
As we see another mound visit from the coach. Let's see what he talks about. The feeling Borman's not going to be pitching much longer, as that's it. He's done. Let's see who's coming in for New Milford. It's number 9 for New Milford. It is Ryan Hughes. Let's see what he does now.
Yeah, definitely a good call, I think, from New Milford head coach here, as he just really was not pitching his best game, and I think just a good call to take him out.
Yeah, his pitch count was really filling up as he was struggling to find the strike zone throughout the 2 2/3 innings of work. But let's see what Hughes does, as the runners on base are responsible for Borman's earned run average. Jack Farnan, one of the Staples captains, waiting for the pitch to be thrown.
Yeah, new pitcher. I wonder how that affects Jack Farnan's strategy and/or headspace per se as he gets up for his next at bat.
Yeah. Looks like Hughes throws it a little bit harder, and he is a righty as Borman was a lefty, so the southpaw is out. Cicero on first base, Nate Barrett on second base, as we are waiting for Hughes to finish his warm-ups.
Looks like we are finally ready to get back underway here.
As the donut gets off Farnon's bat. I always felt when I played in Little League, helping the donut helped lighten up the bat and made it much easier to swing. You see the pitch to Farnon. Is down and bounces before it could reach the plate. 1-0 to start. Down 2-0. Wreckers looking to advance out of the second round, and they would host, I believe, the next round. This ball is grounded to second base, and the shortstop is going to toss it over to the second baseman, and that will end the inning. Wreckers fail to capitalize on the runners on base. Remains 2-1 as we head to the top of the third.
Yeah, definitely a mediocre inning from both teams. New Milford switching out their pitcher seemingly helped, although it's really hard to say. He only pitched for one batter, and that batter ended up getting out after a hit. So,
see Tobias ready to take in for his third inning of work. So far, looked very good. So we see a little hat tossing in the Wreckers dugout, a little shenanigans it looks like going out in there.
When is there not shenanigans going on in a baseball dugout?
Yeah, definitely.
A feature that we should implement for these calls in the future is a dugout mic. I think that might be possibly FCC violation, but it might be fun.
Maybe one of these games, if it's a blowout, we get one of the Wreckers here, interview them mid-game. It'd be very cool.
I agree.
I think Nate Barrett would have a lot to say.
Oh, absolutely. No question about it. A fellow WWPT leadership member himself.
Yeah, he's one of the graphic designers outside of you.
Indeed he is. He does a great job.
As Johnny Barbario steps into the plate, he walked and hit the first inning to lead it off for New Milford. Let's see what he could do in his second at-bat of work. First pitch bounces off the glove of Goldshore, and it's a ball one. Second pitch is grounded past the third baseman, but Oppenheimer is there to back him up to make the play, 1 away.
Great play from Oppenheimer to get the recovery after it went past Sade. Another good throw over to Nate Barrett. Makes the catch. 1 out in the top of the third.
And now up is the first baseman, Daniel Reed, who ripped a hard single past for the first baseman in the first inning. He takes the first pitch in for a strike. The second pitch by Tobias is another pitch, but it's taken. It is ball one, 1-1 now. Strike, a swing and a miss, 1-2 now. Reed just got under that one. Fouled way behind us.
Flies almost into the booth. Ooh, that one.
I think that one just got a little hit on the Texas car there.
Yeah, just about dinged either the Jeep or the. I believe that's Troy Toglia's car. Not entirely sure though, but yeah, definitely dinged a car for sure.
Yeah, there's rugby practice over there, so definitely could be Troy. Was in my Radio 2 class last year. As this one is interestingly not called a strike, so full count here for Reed. Looked like that one was down the middle and missed by the ump. This one's
This one
foul.
flies up. This one's coming straight into the booth. Not quite, actually, as it'll fall short. And it'll bounce and hit someone's truck window.
Yeah, that one wasn't as bad because the ricochet bounced right in front of the concrete before to reduce impact. A little physics there, if you know what I mean.
You take physics yet?
No, I do not take physics, and I do not plan on taking any more science classes after this year.
Really?
As this one is another ball, so 3 and 2.
Yeah, I took physics this year. Wasn't a huge fan of it, but I guess it was kind of interesting.
So this one is ripped, and that's a base hit up the middle for Reed, so another single for him on the day. And now brings up the third baseman, Ryan Gabinelli.
McFarland stepping up to the mound now, having a quick chat with his team.
Long at bat, probably wants to give Tobias a quick breather here. But he's doing pretty good. I don't see him by any chance getting taken out of this ball game unless something barring happens. In there for strikes. First pitch to Gabinelli. This one is grounded to Sade. To Cicero. Oh, and he spiked him there, and that's going to be a double play because Reed spiked him, and that will end the inning because the spike prevented him from making the throw to first. That would have been the double play. So that will end the inning as the Wreckers will go to the bottom of the third.
Huge play from Staples there. And just a real bad error from New Milford.
And Reed does not look pleased with that call as he's consulting his coach to why this happened.
Yeah, you know, you play hard, you get in the moment, and you don't really, I guess, think about it when you start sliding into second and thinking of who's in the way.
Good thing for Cicero is he was
yeah.
able to get back up and move, and usually a spike to the ankles takes you out of the game.
Yeah. Still 2-1 Staples here in the bottom of the third. Staples lacrosse players watching this game as it takes place, as they will probably begin their warm-ups or their film or their pregame preparations somewhat soon. They will play Trumbull in the first round of the state tournament at, I believe, 6 p.m.
Yeah, big game for them. Expect great things. Probably give a prediction. I'll go out with a limb here and say 17-1.
I think that's a very good shout. Very, very possible. But yeah, Trumbull definitely should be a fairly easy game in the first round. Staples coming off a historic FCAC championship win last Thursday.
And now Cooper Brundage steps into the plate as he walked in the first inning as he'll take another pitch in here for a ball. This one is grounded to the second baseman. He throws and fires and will make the play. 1 away.
As the sun goes behind some of the clouds here, it starts to cool down just a little bit, although it was pretty cool earlier before.
I feel like first inning was a bit sunny as Noah Slade steps up into the plate.
Definitely just a perfect day to be a fan playing out here. A little windy for baseball purposes, but to be a fan out here, the breeze is just perfect.
First pitch in there for a strike. And usually when it goes from sunny to a little shady, that impacts the batter as you see the sun from home plate really helps them with the ball as this one is grounded, and the third baseman makes a diving play, but he is unable as that goes over the head, but Sade will stay at first base, so he will reach on. I would rule that an infield single, but will be interesting to see how that's ruled. So we'll play it in as a single, so that would be 2 singles on the day for Sade. Now up is Luke Oakley, who had that first run for Staples with an RBI walk in the first inning.
Yeah, 1 runner on first. Luke Oakley up at bat could be a huge opportunity for the Wreckers here.
Throw back to first, not in time. As Sade is safe in there. 2-1, bottom of the third. Ryan Hughes deals to Luke Oakley. First pitch is a bunt, and Hughes will make a tough play, and Oakley beats it out, and runners will move up as 1 out. Runner on second and first for the Wreckers, and now steps into the plate the shortstop, Andrew Oppenheimer, who had an RBI single. And in this position in the bottom of the first inning, Noah Sade was caught running all the way at home by an excellent play by the right fielder, John Caniglio.
Definitely another close call from the ump, but not only do I think he made the right one there, but he also owed it to Staples after that scuffed one from Max Johnson earlier in the game.
Yeah, definitely a scuffed one, as Johnson was clearly safe, as we saw the third baseman, Gabinello, drop a line out and bobble, which should have been caught, but Johnson was safe, and it wasn't called, as the pitch 1-0 to Oppenheimer is ball and outside. Interesting. I would have gave that one a strike, but 2-0 now. In there for a strike, a little low, probably made up from the last pitches. Sade's really taken a big lead from second baseman, as we see the second baseman, Kikuchi, and the shortstop, Cole Jennings, trying to take steps in to bring him back, as time was called before the pitch was thrown to Oppenheimer. In there for a strike, 2-2 now to Oppenheimer. And Hughes, despite the walk, so far he hasn't given up any runs, so he's getting the job done. This one is half check swing, and this is going to be thrown to second base. The runner at second is out, but Oppenheimer is safe at first, so that will be a sacrifice fielder's choice there for Oppenheimer.
Max Johnson up to the plate now. Normally, the catcher for the Wreckers will be a designated hitter today.
Yeah, him and Goldshore, Platuna, Goldshore hitting behind him and also catching today. This one is fouled, and
no cars.
No car. Just barely hits the wall. 0-1 to Jocelyn.
Heads over towards the Staples weight room.
Yeah. See, the rugby kids are here too, as well.
Yeah, a lot of lacrosse, a lot of rugby. A couple games today, so definitely some big vibes from Staples Athletics here today.
Second pitch is in there for a strike now. 0-2.
Really
2 outs.
Just good vibes from Staples Athletics all week. I mean, with Staples winning the FCI championship in lacrosse on Thursday, and girls lacrosse, girls tennis, and boys tennis.
Oppenheimer is going to go, but that does not matter, as Jocelyn goes down swinging to end the inning. To the top of the fourth, here we come, as the Staples Wreckers are holding on to a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, great. Or I guess decent start for the Wreckers here, only a 1-run lead. certainly something that New Milford can come back from, but Tobias will look to close out yet another inning here, and the Wreckers will just hope to get something on the board in the later half of this inning.
Yeah, really, the Wreckers are relying on Tobias. They're getting all these base runners, but they've yet really to capitalize in this game. Only 2 runs so far with loads of runners on base. As one of those warm-up pitches is very high, as we see the Wreckers starting to make their way back onto the field.
Yeah, as I was saying just a little bit earlier, a big week for Staples Athletics coming into the spring postseason here for all sports across the board. The Wreckers track team also has their state tournament today.
Yeah, I saw them during lunch leaving and preparing their stuff. They look very amped and ready for their tournament. Sun's starting to get back here on us.
Yeah, a nice relief though from the cold.
You know, like
I
the
wouldn't
breeze.
say I wouldn't say cold.
It's not cold.
But, you know, it's nice to feel a little warmth on the back.
Yeah.
Back of the neck here. You know, that's how it should be at a baseball game. A little warm.
And now John Coniglio is up. He has a sacrifice RBI ground out in the first inning. Let's see what he can do in his second at bat. So this one is hit grounded to short. Oppenheimer's there, makes the play. Nate 1 away, 1 pitch, 1 out. And now up for New Milford is the catcher, Nolan Bell, who flied out to right field. This one is fouled.
No cars.
No car there. 0-1 now.
It's always everyone always knows once that ball goes high and back, it's card territory, and everyone here, at least it's been here before, knows that they kind of got to lock in once that ball starts flying back.
Second pitch thrown out away, 1-1, as this next pitch is in here for looks like not a strike here. Close one, 2-1 now to Bell. Ball bounces 3-1, as we're seeing Tobias did not like the way that pitch came out. We see him a little starting to labor here in this 4th inning. In there for a strike. Now we're at full count to Bell. Full counts are always the best, in my opinion, as this one is swung on and missed, because you have the pitcher, here's my best pitch, and you have your best swing. Let's see what you could do with that, as Bell strikes out on that one.
Yeah, definitely one of those intense one-on-one type moments that you see across a lot of sports, but really prominent and kind of common here in baseball. I'd compare it to maybe a PK in soccer and maybe like a face-off in lacrosse.
Yes, definitely, as we see Sebastian Romeri up, who struck out in the 2nd inning. Let's see what he can do here. This one is line in a jump by Jack Farnan, and that he will make the play, and that will end the top of the 4th with another 0 on the board. As we head to the bottom of the 4th inning, Wreckers lead it 2-1.
Definitely a low-scoring game here as we reach halfway through this one. Still 2-1, although that was the final score of the New Milford versus Trumbull game, which took place just yesterday.
You got to think, as we see a little team meeting here from McFarland, he's telling his guys, we got to capitalize when you have base runners here, as they so far haven't. This game could be a lot higher than it is. I would say like 5-6, but right now it is 2-1. So Let's see what happens as Goldshore will step up into the plate. And in his first at-bat, he struck out looking.
I'd say this is some good Ox.
It's a good beat there, like a
Yeah.
laid-back tune.
Little jazz or something. Yeah.
Interesting. We see Don Tolliver music, Jake Goldshore's walk-up song. Don Tolliver, my definition of a rapper, he's a TikTok rapper. Like his hits, Cardigan.
Yeah, I would agree. Bandit.
Yeah. See the catcher, Goldshore, steps in and is in there for a strike 0-1. One and one now to Goldshore. This one is grounded to the shortstop, Jennings. He fires, he throws. Catch by the first baseman, 1 out.
Good play from New Milford there to get it to first and take Jake out.
Staples is the 3 seed, right? Just trying to remember.
Or no. Staples is, it says here on my sheet, they're the 19 seed.
Interesting. I thought they were a lot higher than we were. So we have a high-rank matchup with a 30 seed and a 19 seed then.
Yeah.
So we see Nate Barrett stepping up to the plate. He has some great plays in the field as he fouls this one back as he walked in his first at-bat. So let's see what he can do here. Pitches in and fouled back. Is this one going to go into the track?
Looks like it will.
Yeah,
I don't want to fall over to Paul Lane Field.
Yeah, 0-2 right now to Barrett. You set, he fires, and he's got him right down the middle. Nate Barrett goes down looking 2 away for Milford. Now we go back to the top of the order as Jules Cicero steps to into the plate. He lined out to shortstop on the first pitch to start in the beginning of the game, and then in the second at bat, he worked a walk as the first pitch is low for a ball. This one is flied, and that's going to be a foul into. Looks like it bounced off a car there.
Yeah, it looks like it might have bounced off one of the soft top Jeeps, so we might be safe in terms of, damages, but.
Yeah. His used set. He fires. Half check swing, it's a foul. 1-2 now. Uses 1 strikeout from getting out of this inning to go 1-2-3. See what he can do here. Hughes fires. This one's hit fly to the right field, first baseman. Looks like it's gonna drop, and bad communication as the second baseman for New Milford, Mason Kikuchi, is not able to make a play there as Cicero's at bat will remain alive.
Cicero getting lucky there that it wasn't caught by the swarm of New Milford players that were around that ball.
Yep. As Hughes fires. This one is fouled all the way back to the fence. We go again. Pitch is grounded to the third baseman. He will set. He would fire. Oh, and that's going to be a dirt ball as Cicero's on his way to second. And he is in there reaching on an error by New Milford, as that was a low throw by Gabinelli. But first baseman Daniel Reed also could be charged with the error. I don't know whose it will go on, as it was a low, but it looked like he could have made the scoop.
Yeah, another lucky play from Cicero there. 2 errors in one stretch, and he's able to get on second just because of it.
Yeah.
Combined with a great hit, might I add.
So far, we've been seeing a bunch of miscues by New Milford. That play before that gave him a live, what they should have caught in the outfield as Farnan steps to the plate. Pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. Sets. Takes a look at second base. He fires. This one is lined, and this has a chance at getting out. Oh. And that hits the fence, and that's going to score a run as Farnan with an RBI double to extend the lead to 3-1 for the Wreckers.
With the call home celebration after the double, taking off his pads, dialing the number, pointing back to his boys in the dugout. Great hit from Farnan. The Wreckers will go up 3-1.
Yeah, that ball had a chance, but it just hit the top of the fence, and New Milford lucked out because instead of being a 3-1, it could have been 4-1. Cooper Brundage steps up into the plate.
Yeah, really just inches away on that one.
This one's up high for a ball. 1-0 to Brundage.
And I want to give a shout and say just at the end of the inning, I will be stepping out and Matthew Stashauer will be stepping in.
Yeah, Stash will fill him in on the game as he's also great on here. It was lovely having you here, Charlie, helping out.
Thank you. Although my baseball knowledge is fairly minimal, and I know Stash will give much better commentary than I ever would. And he will be stepping in at the end of the inning.
As this one is fouled back, 1-2. Stash, also like me, a big Yankees fan. I'm sure he has lots to say, but if you want to hear knowledge about that, you could tune into our show.
X Factor.
X Factor. Me, Stash, and Sanchez. The 1-2 pitch by Hughes is thrown up high for a ball.
And you know, assuming you guys continue X Factor next year, it'll be the longest running show on WWPT history, 4 years.
Yep, I did hear that. I actually started it myself end of freshman year. So I heard that last week from Mr. Hyder as we were starting to editing the shows for the jury awards. Is this ball, I don't know where it got thrown. Looks like it's 3-2.
2 strikes, 2 outs here. Could be an inning-ending pitch here for New Milford.
It's like Hughes taking his slow time here, stepping up to the mound. Pitch is lined, and that's going to be a base hit, and that's going to, looks like it's going to score a run here. Farnan on his way home. The throw is not in time, and the Wreckers are going to extend their lead 4-1, an RBI single for Cooper Brundage.
Yeah, great play. Even better run and slide from Farnan to get in home. New Milford losing their groove, and the Wreckers just getting into theirs. I'm Charlie Scott, and I'm now going to hand it off to Matthew Stashauer, who will take over for the remaining 3 or so innings. We'll be back. Don't forget about the cleanup crew, which will take place after this game. Logan Norley, Emmett Naveau, and Russell Kelsey. Bunch of great talents there, and we'll have interviews as well. Make sure to tune in. I'm going to hand it off to Matthew Stashauer.
Welcome in, Stash. Here's what you missed. A couple RBIs here. The Wreckers starting to get their hitting going. They lead 4-1 here in this bottom of the 4th inning as Noah Stade, who has 2 singles, steps up into the plate.
Yeah, well, Seems like it was a good start from the Wreckers from at least what you said. I just got here, but definitely seems like it's a good afternoon so far.
This pitch hits Sade, so now we have the captain, Luke Oakley, who has an RBI walk, come up to the plate now with the 2 outs. Early on, before this 4th inning, Tobias been dealing, despite giving up those hits in the 1st inning, only getting up 1 run, luckily. But the other 3 innings, despite getting 2 runs, they had so much runners on base, and they have yet to capitalize. As we saw the big hit from Farnan spurred a little rally by the Wreckers, and now they scored 2 this inning to extend it to 4-1 lead as Oakley steps up to the plate, and it's ball 1 up high.
Yeah, we called that game at Trumbull, who, actually New Milford beat yesterday. And, Mason Tobias did pitch well. The Wreckers did lose that game, but Tobias pitching well here today as the Wreckers look to add even more here in the 4th.
Use the second pitcher in here as snap back to first. Not in time, and that's going to get into the outfield as Sade's going to move to second, and Brundage is going to move to third base on this miscue, which seems to be the story here for New Milford with lots of outs they're not making them.
Yeah, that's a big mistake right there. Even no need to do that snap, though, there. It didn't look like they were getting him, and then just completely overthrew the bag, and now runners in second and third.
And also to mention, there's 2 outs, too, in this inning. So don't necessarily need to do it as Hughes deals, and this one is fouled, and it's not going to hit a car here.
Good. I know, Spencer, you have your spot right up here.
Yeah, I was talking about this with Charlie earlier. There's definitely a lot of balls that hit a couple of trucks here in Jeep, so.
Yeah, we could get one. We're in territory.
In territory so far. So the closest one that got bounced off the concrete all the way over there. I think it's unlikely, but there's always a possibility as
never know what you're going to see at the ballpark, as they say.
Oakley steps back into the batter's box now as Hughes deals. This one is ripped, and this one will not drop as a play by the center fielder to end the inning, but the Wreckers score 2 big hits by Farnan and Brundage, and we are going to go to the top of the 5th inning as the Wreckers lead 4-1. Only on WWPT 90.3 FM.
Well, I guess it was my luck. I get here, Wreckers start scoring, score some runs, get some insurance on the board as they look to advance to the quarterfinals.
Yes, as we see Tobias getting ready for his 5th inning of work. So stay tuned for STV after this game.
Definitely want to stay tuned. Big cleanup crew coming your way.
Barring the Wreckers below this, it would just be.
Well, we'll still have a cleanup crew.
Still be a cleanup crew. There just wouldn't be interviews,
but let's not dwell on the negatives here.
Yeah, we'll not jinx it here.
Yeah, definitely want to tune in for that. Big interviews, the whole deal. You know it.
A lot of fun questions I heard so far.
Yeah, and Russell and Emmett will definitely bring the fun to that. And we go to the top of the 5th here. Wreckers looking to hold on to a lead.
As the DH for New Milford, Sebastian Romeri, steps into the plate. He struck out in his first at-bat and then flied out to right field in his second at-bat of the game.
Yeah, now New Milford really needing to rally here in the 5th. Only 3 chances left, A major league game, we're talking, this is almost like the top of the 7th.
Yeah. New Milford's going to have to start catching up now before it goes to that 7th inning, because if they don't, their Cinderella story could be over.
Yeah. Well, I'll wait till after this pitch.
Second pitch is in there for a strike. Tobias gets on him early, 0-2 now.
We were talking about, this was almost like March Madness, this, CIAC Double L tournament.
This pitch is half-check swing. Did he go? No, he did not.
Yeah, so we were talking about it. It's almost like, the 30 seed, New Milford, got the upset in round 1 over Trumbull, who we know is a good team. They were FCAC champions.
Tobias, this one ball bounces there, 2-2 now.
And then, the second round game, we don't know, what are we going to see? Sometimes we see them go, the Cinderella team go on a little run. Sometimes, they face a good team and it stops. And Staples looking for the latter.
This one is up high. Now we got a full count here to Romeri.
Yeah, full count. Tobias was ahead 0-2.
Quick pitch here, fouled all the way back, and that is going to...
Oh, just missed the windshield.
Oh, I thought that one went back.
Went
behind,
over.
Went to the tree.
Did go to the... Looked like for a second it could have hit the windshield.
Tobias, another quick pitch he deals, and this one is fouled back.
Where's that one going to land?
Oh, that
right on the back windshield. Could have broken it.
That's someone's Staples rugby player. They're not going to be happy. Is that one?
It didn't crack it.
Yeah, did not crack it there.
I would be, again, I don't know how you have a parking space here. How you...
This one is down low, and that is ball 4 to Romeri as Mason Kunkuczynski is up at the plate now.
Yeah, and that's not a good walk from Tobias. You're ahead 0-2. You got to get him right there. And you don't, the last thing you want to do at this point in the game is give New Milford base runners. You give them base runners. That's how, they can start to come back in this game.
Snap back to first, not in time. Runner is safe.
That's how they can start to come back in this game.
Yeah, you see Tobias after that first at-bat starting to slow it down a little bit with a runner off. This first pitch is interestingly not called a strike, but it's ball, 1-0.
Yeah, we've seen that, sometimes these umpires little not giving all of the plate.
Next pitch is in there for a strike, 1-1.
And speaking of bad umpiring, you heard Angel Hernandez is retired.
Retiring in parentheses.
Retiring in parentheses, yes.
I don't know how much the MLB paid him off as another throwback, not in time.
Yeah.
So 1-1 here in this top of the 5th inning. The Records lead in the second round of states against the 30th seed New Milford 4-1. As Tobias throws another step back throw to Barrett, not in time. As this ball gets bounces, as Sade will pick it up, runner will not move on. Pitches down low for ball 2-1 now.
Yeah, Tobias, has only thrown only one strike since he got ahead 0-2 on the last hitter. So
pitches grounded to Sade, and he cannot make the play as both runners will be safe in what could have been a double play. 2 runners are on base now with no out, and now comes up Lucas Kopp, the left fielder.
Yeah, and Sade's got to be, pinching himself there. He does look like a pretty routine ground ball to third. Couldn't quite make the play. So New Milford now with 2 on. That's going to bring the tying run to the plate here.
My bad, it's Cole Jennings up at the plate. So this one shows bunt. Is Nate Barrett's running all the way in there, but it is the ball.
That looked pretty good to me. Some people agreed with me. I mean, just because the bunt looks like he called it ball. Definitely looked down the middle to me.
Jennings singles another bunt, and this is caught by Barrett, and he's throwing and he fires, and it's a double play. What a play by Nate Barrett as he turns 2, as he caught Mason Kunkuczynski sleeping.
That's what you call heads-up baseball. Barrett playing in for the bunt, able to make the play as he pops it up. Then, sees the runner got too far off second, throws it, gets it in time. Doesn't get much more fundamentals. Well-played baseball doesn't get much better than that.
Yeah, and that's going to do it for Tobias as he's getting a nice hand there. As great dominant pitching. He got the job done so far. 5 2/3 innings, 1 earned run for Tobias.
Yeah, definitely what you want to see from Mason Tobias. Definitely a great pitcher on this team as the Wreckers will go to the bullpen.
See who's pitching for the Wreckers.
And it looks like it will be Ben Cukier who will come in to relieve Mason Tobias as he gets his warm-ups here.
So I actually got a false scouting report from Russell.
Yeah, Russell.
He said Cukier was starting, but I got it. It turns out Tobias was starting. I guess all along.
Yeah, I was with you.
Yeah, you were with us.
We got that
before.
scouting report.
All along it was Kukier's plan. Coach McFarland's plan to put Kukier in later in this game.
Yeah, and that's what Coach McFarland's been doing more this year. I think Kukier's been in more of a relief role. Again, if you want more of Russell, tune in to the cleanup crew after the game.
As me and Charlie been pointing out earlier, all the walk-up songs, he has some Drake,
There you go.
just to mention.
I guess I mean, you know more about that than I would.
I do. You probably listen to a little rock like Jeremiah and the Bullfrog.
I don't know who Jeremiah and the Bullfrog are. That's not my kind of rock.
70s rock #1 hit. Just shouting out my dad here if he's listening. Showed me that song 2 days ago.
Okay, well, I hope you enjoy that. You know, maybe that'll be your walk-up song one day.
Maybe.
If you ever get a walk-up song.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
We see Gianni Barbario, the leadoff hitter, stepping up to the plate for New Milford.
Still a big spot, you know, only one on. The double play by Barrett really helped, you know, big difference. 2 on and 1 out, now 1 on with 2 outs. So see if Staples can end this inning here.
First pitch is up high, 1-0 to Barbario.
Sun started to come out here, Spencer.
Yeah, it's been back and forth so far. Me and Charlie had a slight breeze before as this one's fouled back, 1-1.
It's a beautiful day for baseball, though. No doubt about that.
Yeah, summer's approaching. It's always a fun time to see baseball. And summer gets exciting.
Yeah. And, you know, as far as this is concerned, state championship on the line.
As this one is lined in a diving play by the left fielder for the Wreckers, Cooper Brundage, to end the inning. So Milford leads 1 on second, and here we go to the bottom of the 5th inning as the Wreckers lead 4-1. You are listening to WWPT 90.3 FM. I'm Spencer Gottlieb, joining alongside Matthew Stashour.
Yeah, definitely a nice play there by Cooper Brundage. Was a bit of a bloop, able to come in and make the play and go to the bottom of the 5th. Wreckers had 2 on, or New Milford rather had 2 on, and now they will up 4-1. Wreckers look to add on here.
Ryan Hughes coming back for his bulk pitching in here as Borman left after 2 2/3 of the work. He'd been getting the nod for the rest of the work today.
Mm-hmm. Well, Spencer, I will say, you know, New Milford in those black uniforms, they've got to be hot.
Yeah, definitely. You the Wreckers, home field advantage definitely wearing the white.
Yeah.
More of the factor.
And also home field advantage is, you know, when I first came in, I saw the lacrosse team who will play tonight. They were all here cheering on the Wreckers, so that's, you know, you get the more hometown support. There are some students here, you know, would like to see some more. If you're listening, come on out. Come on and see the end.
Yeah, me and Charlie been talking early about all this Wreckers sports in the end of the year. Track had a meet today earlier in the afternoon. We saw them at the lunch table go leave.
Yes, we did.
Rugby is having a practice. They're starting to get their games going.
Friday night, rugby will play their first round.
Hughes' first pitch to Oppenheimer is outside, 1-0.
Boys tennis playing at Fairfield Prep right now. That hopefully should be a big win for the boys, semifinal.
We have a bunch of good friends there. Hopefully they get the job done as the next pitch is down low, 2-0.
Girls tennis, I believe, has semifinals as well today.
Yeah. Up high, 3-0. I actually never called a tennis game. I wonder how that would work. It's a little complicated.
Little complicated.
Because all the games are going on at once.
Yeah, I mean, you have 7 matches to call.
So this pitch shows bunt, but it is down low. Oppenheimer works a walk on 4 pitches to start off the inning.
A nice at-bat from Oppenheimer, working his way on. Spencer may not be this year, but next year when, you know, maybe we can try and get WWPT to call a tennis match. We can see if we can make it happen.
Yeah, and then another thing me and Charlie have been talking about is maybe like if there was a blowout game in one of the sports, we get a WWPT member who's on the team get them a mid-game interview.
That would be pretty sick. Not even just anyone.
Yeah.
You know, Sunday Night Base ESPN, they've done that.
And then we can't get a mic in the dugout. I don't think that's FCAC approved.
No.
As we see Max Johnson step in to the plate, where first inning he lined out, but it was dropped by the third baseman, and it looked like he was safe, but the ump ruled him out, and then he struck out looking in his second at-bat. Let's see what he could do now. Throw back to first base, not in time. Oppenheimer's in there, safe.
Just trying to make sure Oppenheimer doesn't get too big a lead there off first.
Shows bunt, and it's going to be an out, one away.
And that's the second time in the last inning that we've seen that, you know, when batting team tried bunting, as we see Cole Landgraf
Of the
get
freshman.
to the bat, a freshman. He will get a pinch hit opportunity here for the Wreckers. Second time we've seen an attempted bunt, and infielders were playing in on the grass, able to make the catch.
See what Langford here it gets done.
Landgraf
gets done there. Thanks for the correction. The Hughes taking his time. Landgraf takes one step out. Ump steps back in. And we are ready to return back to play. Oppenheimer taking a big lead there on first. First one is fouled out of play, 0-1. Looks like it bounced right off something over there.
Might have went to the football field. Someone's running after it out there.
Yeah, Pauline Field. We saw a couple of Wreckers earlier when the foul balls hit. Walked out there. As Hughes fires to Landgraf, it's in there for a strike, 0-2.
It looks like maybe Jack McFarland trying to get a lefty bat in here to pinch hit these late innings.
Next pitch by Hughes is lined, and that's going to be a base hit by Landgraf, as Oppenheimer will stay put at second, as the Wreckers now have 2 runners on.
I guess that's why McFarland did it there. But guy gets the lefty bat, goes the opposite way there. Able to get it through the hole and in for a hit.
And that one was hit very hard. He lined that right above the third baseman's head.
Yeah, almost like a Giancarlo Stanton base hit there with the exit velo.
Now we have Nate Barrett up. He walked in his first at-bat and then struck out looking in his second at-bat.
Yeah, but we did see that heads-up double play he made in the field.
Yeah, he's been playing good fielding so far. We saw him scoop a couple earlier, so his fielding really highlighting the defensive side for the Wreckers as he steps up into the plate. As the first pitch bounces 1-0.
And we've definitely seen that first base play from him this year. You know, been able to step into that role and play very well. Guy didn't get much playing time in his underclass years.
Really stepping in as this one is hit lined, and it'll be hit and caught by the left fielder. That is Lucas Kopp, who makes the play.
Yeah, we see the runners stay put here. 2 away.
And now comes up the leadoff hitter, Jules Cicero.
Yeah, we know what Jules Cicero can do at the top of that lineup, and he can get on and definitely make an impact with his legs.
So far, he is 1 for 3. Not a base hit, my bad. He reached on an error, he has a walk, and he has a line out. So let's see if he can record his first hit of the game.
Yeah, and that would should drive in a run here for the Wreckers.
And that could arguably open this game wide open from 3 to 4.
Yeah, once you get past, not the save situation.
This one's first pitch is in there for a strike.
Yeah, that could put New Milford at bay here.
You set. Motions up his arms. Step forwards, and he fires, and that one is down low for a ball, 1-1.
Jules Cicero is definitely trying to, not go down 0-2 there. Just missed there.
2 outs here in this bottom of the 5th inning, as this one is fouled all the way back, and that's going to bounce off the school. 2-2 now. 1-2 now.
This would be a big strike here from New Milford if they can get it. Try to get out of this inning, only down 4-1, gives them a hope they can still come back.
This one's up high, 2-2.
Two and two. We know how crucial a count that can be.
Ball bounce, runners are going to advance, and it's going to be a full count to Cicero now. So runners now on third and second.
So now we were talking about a base hit just made it from 3 to 4, and a base hit could make it 6-1 here. That would really open the floodgates here.
Yeah, definitely.
The record's definitely looking to bury the 30 seed New Milford.
And then Hughes doesn't necessarily have to give in, but you don't want to load the bases.
No, you never want to load. I mean, when you load the bases, it puts so much more pressure on a pitcher. You have to make every single pitch. That's what, I've learned from watching baseball. David Cohn always has said that whenever you never want to walk someone to load the bases. It just puts so much more pressure on a pitcher.
Hughes sets, he fires, and this one is hit to the center fielder, and he is under it and will make the play to end the inning. So the Wreckers leave 2 on. Nobody scores. We are heading to the top of the 6th, but they lead 4-1.
Yeah, Cicero definitely looked like he had a nice hit off the bat there. Just flew out there to center to end the inning, and looks like New Milford, they're all gathered outside their dugout. Looks like the coach has something he wants to say to them.
Yeah.
Maybe try to, these could be the last 2 innings of your season. So just trying to inspire them to save their season.
Looks like we have the Trumbull lacrosse team walking out. We're preparing for warm-ups for their lacrosse game.
Yeah, Staples will host Trumbull tonight. Again, should be an easy win for the Wreckers, but again, you never want to say that in that state tournament. You never know what can happen.
Yeah. I told Charlie my prediction. I went on a limb here and said it. It's going to give you a laugh here.
Okay.
17-1 Staples.
17-1.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have a prediction for the game or no?
Score prediction?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know about 17-1. I would go more in the range, 13-3 maybe?
That's fair. We see Kukier ready to come in. First batter, 4 pitches. He was able to get the ground out.
And the question is, if we get to a blowout, does WWPT's very own Aiden Parnes get into the game?
That's for lacrosse, to clarify.
Lacrosse, yes, as a goalie.
I don't know. We have Josh Marcus. He's very good. UNC commit, #1 goalie in high school lacrosse.
All right, well, let's get back to baseball here as we start the 6th.
Yes. We see Kukier step up on the slab.
Toe the slab.
In the boogie down, but
we're not in the boogie
We're not
down.
in the boogie down as the first pitch is in there for a strike.
Toe the slab in the staple slab.
Another pitch in there for a strike. How about this? Kukier toeing the slab off the Staples field.
Good, great voiceover there. Big from Kukier there to get ahead 0-2 right away here.
Ooh, that was a close one.
Where did that one miss?
I don't know where that missed, but that's ball in there, so 1-2.
That looked pretty good to me. That's a couple we've seen from this umpire. It looked right down the middle and just
another one down low, 2-2.
It just don't get the calls.
I think really this umpire is getting more overshadowed. I'm not trying to disrespect the first baseman umpire's job there, but he missed a bunch of calls. And
again, it happens. They're all human.
Yeah, because this one is grounded, and that will get in for a base hit. And that is Daniel Reed with his 3rd single of the game. How about that? You have a hat trick, 3 bats, 3 singles right up the middle.
Today's, you'll take that any day. I think most people would take 3 singles. Don't necessarily need to hit the ball out of the park. Yeah,
as we see Ryan Gibbonelli stepping up to the plate as he fouls the first one back, 0-1 now.
Yeah, definitely. We definitely see Kukier getting ahead in the count here early.
Next pitch up high, 1-1.
Like, pretty modest lead there at first.
Inside, 2-1. Modest, yeah. Not a lot of stolen bases so far today. We've seen big leads, but we saw Barrett and Reed also hold the runners off. As Kukier sets, he fires. This one is in there for a strike, 2-2.
Yeah, great pitch there from Kukier. Kind of just froze the hitter there. See if he can get a big strikeout here.
Kukier sets. He fires. This one is hit high, but that is right to the center fielder, Luke Oakley, as he shades and will make the play. And that one was hurt, as you saw he was holding his glove, trying to block the sun, fights through it to get the first out in this inning.
Yeah, nice play there from Luke Oakley. Again, the sun can be definitely be a bit of a battle in games, day games like these. Every game here is a day game, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, so now John Coniglio steps up to the plate. He has 2 groundouts, but one of them actually happen to drive in New Milford's only run of the game.
Only RBI of the day.
Looking for some more here as the first pitch is in there for a strike. Kukier sets and fires for the second pitch, and that is also in there for a strike as he gets ahead of Coniglio, 0-2.
Yeah, again, I've said it. Kukier's done a great job getting. If you get ahead of hitters early, that's a recipe for strikeouts and just outs in general. As Kukier steps off here.
This one is down low and away, 1-2 now to Coniglio.
Definitely want to get that second out here.
This one is fouled back, will remain 1-2 the count.
You know, Kukier, as he said, he had some ground balls. Look for the double play to potentially get them out of the inning.
Kukier fires, and this one is hit, and that will bloop in and drop for a base hit for Coniglio. And now runners will stay aboard. 1 out, runners on second and first, and now steps up the catcher, Nolan Bell.
And that will bring the tying run to the plate here. Ooh, excuse me. That will bring the tying run to the plate here. The New Milford Green Wave down 4-1. Top of the 6th.
And I don't need to remind you, Stash, as you were a big baseball fan, one swing of that bat can change the whole outcome of this game.
Oh, it could.
As we see you get a pinch runner for Coniglio, number 21 for New Milford. Stash, let's see who number 21 is, the pinch runner at first.
21. Looks
Milford.
like we have
Looking for it.
Ryan Staller will be that pinch runner, sophomore.
Yeah, getting signals from the New Milford head coach there. As we're waiting at time from the umpire. Sets, he fires. This one's down low, 1-0.
That might have been since Kukier has come in, that might be the first at bat where he hasn't gotten a first pitch strike.
Yeah, trying to work out of a jam here. Only 1 out. A ground ball would help, as this one's in there for a strike, 1-1.
I know. That's what we're saying. That's baseball. But the difference between a ground ball right here, a big hit, in deciding the outcome of this game, big difference.
As this one is hit, chop to Kukier. He will get the runner out at first. As the runners will advance, but there will be 2 out. And now comes up the DH, Sebastian Rameri.
It looks like we'll have a pitching change first, but Looked like it was too slow there to get to. Only play for Kukier was at first, and he made it. It's a smart baseball there.
Kukier responsive. We'll see if there's a pitching. Yeah, there's a pitching change. So, barring a base hit, Kukier is responsible for the 2 runners on. So let's see who McFarland calls.
Definitely, it's still a solid performance for Kukier. Not letting New Milford get anything.
Looks like it's a lefty coming up. Let's see who it is.
So we can see.
Assuming that's Kai, but let's see.
Yeah, that is Kai Ni who will come on. It's interesting.
Trying to save him too.
Yeah, I thought this morning, or he was going to start. Then I heard earlier today that it was not going to be Kai Ni from some of our sources.
Yeah, trying to save him for future rounds.
Yeah, but I think 4-1 lead, 2 runners on. McFarland thought this was a big spot here, so wanted to bring in his best pitcher, his Duke commit.
Figure this might be a 4-out save situation too.
Yeah. Yeah, so Kaine will go. Maybe not used to this role, this relief role here. We'll see if it has any barring on his performance.
So far, you see out of him from all the warm-up pitches, you could really hear the pop of the Gold Shores mitt as he is the fastest thrower on this team.
Definitely want to hear that pop of the mitt. Tell you know it's a good pitch. There it is.
So 4-1 here. We're in the top of the 6th. 2 outs. Runners on 3rd and 2nd for New Milford. Staples looking to advance here.
Win could get them into those quarterfinals. Could be one of the final 8 teams in the state of Connecticut, or in the Double L division at least.
Yeah, so New Milford, a 30 seed. Rutgers, a 19 seed. New Milford, after defeating the 3rd seed ranked Trumbull, looking to keep their Cinderella season alive.
Yeah, New Milford getting that win. Let us have a cleanup crew today. And set up a home game for the Rutgers this afternoon. So they look to advance to the quarters.
First pitch is fired in for a strike, 0-1.
Yeah, you could see up here, he definitely looks like he has that velocity today.
Yeah, Romeri up in the plate for New Milford. Next pitch is outside, 1-1.
Just missed there.
I do have to ask, what's your thoughts on the stadium being named Staples Field? Very original. So this one swung on a miss, 1 and 2.
What would your idea be? What would you call it?
The South Boogie Down, because we're in Connecticut here.
What do you mean the South? We're north of New York, of the Boogie Down.
All right, this one's lined, and that's going to be a base hit, and 2 runners will score for New Milford, and it's going to be a 4-3 ball game. And just like that with the swing, New Milford is right back in this game.
Yeah, well, we said it, Looked like brings in Kaine right away. First batter, big hit, 2-run score, and now New Milford's right back into this game. But I think what's big here is just needs one more batter, get out of this inning, maybe put some runs on the board in the bottom of the inning, and then you just got to think you're 3 outs away from heading to the quarterfinals. Let that drive you.
This one up high, 1-0.
Yeah, here's some parents telling Kai to reset. I agree. Definitely what he needs to do right here.
Looks like this one's going to be a quick pitch here. As if he with fires, and that one's in there for a strike, 1-1.
Yeah, maybe that's what he needs to do. Throws the hitter there.
Mason Kuczynski in there for New Milford as, ooh, that one Not called. The strike is the ump signaling that one was a little bit up high, so now 2-1.
It is
Two.
definitely a small strike zone here today. No doubt about that.
This one in there for a strike. Fastball right down the middle. Was all Kukunchki see was watch that one. This one fouled all the way back onto the, not a car, that hit the
Definitely
wall.
hit a car.
Hit a wall right there.
Yeah, but we have a big pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Kai looks to just get out of this inning.
The tying run on first base. Kai deals. And this one is strike 3 right down the middle.
Big pitch.
Got New Milford down looking, and here we go to the bottom of the 6th as the Staples holds on to their lead 4-3 now as they're ready to get their bats going.
And that's why he's the Duke commit. He makes the big pitches in big moments. Big strike 3 there. And we go to the bottom. Rutgers hold on to that 4-3 lead. And
now,
I think what's, you know.
Looking at some insurance runs.
Yeah, if you're Staples here, try to put something on the board here. You know, a 1-run lead is not a lot of safety to work with. If you can hold them, and then get 3 out in the 9th, or in the bottom of the 7th, or top of the 7th rather, that would be huge.
You still on the mound again for the Green Waves.
No, looks like no bullpen action this afternoon for New Milford.
Farnan here. Nothing like your best hitter to start leading off the inning. As we saw earlier, he hit one right off the wall for a 2-run RBI double. Let's see what he can do here.
Yeah, definitely want to get the record started here. Again, you have your best hitters coming up here. Try to make the most of it.
Jack Farnan stepping into the plate. Let's see what he can do here.
Wait, do you really think we're south of the boogie down? I'm just going back to that for a second.
I'm not a geographic guy. South, north, whatever you call it. Better than Staples Field, as this first pitch is inside for a ball.
Connecticut is north of New York, or at least of New York City.
All right, north of New York City. Yeah. Just clarifying here. As use a quick pitch is up high, 2-0 now to Farnan. Record dugout on their feet as this pitch is lined, and that is going to be a base hit for Farnan. An error by the left fielder, and Farnan's going to go to second here.
Talk about a costly error in the
Lucas
outfield.
Kopp misplayed the ball. Should have been a single. Farnan will advance to second on the error.
Yeah, he lets that ball get past him there, and all of a sudden he's at second base in scoring position here, and, you know, again, that's a big run, a big insurance run for the Wreckers there. If you can go up 5-3, it takes a lot of pressure off the entire team.
And now stepping into the plate is Cooper Brundage. He had the RBI signal to make it 4-1 in that bottom of the 4th inning. Getting ready to work here as the ump getting set. As Brundage steps into the plate. Hughes fires, and this one is swung on and a miss. A big swing by Brundage, unfortunately, just missed that one as he falls behind in this count 0-1.
Yeah.
Hughes keeping up the quick pace. Looks back at second at Farnan. Sets, he fires. This one up high, 1-1.
Oh!
Looked like a tag by the catcher there, trying to catch Farnan sleeping. Unfortunately, Farnan is luckily in there, safe.
Yeah, that would have been a big mistake there. Luckily he got back.
Hughes sets. Takes a look at Farnan. He fires. This one is swung, and this is going to be a ground ball that would advance the runner, but Brundage will get out at first, but Farnan, most importantly, is at third, so Brundage did his job at this at-bat.
That's what you call a productive out, because now Farnan can score on an out here. Fly ball. We'll see if, would think, yeah, New Milford will bring the infield in here. That's definitely the right move. You do
now
not
comes
want
up
that.
the third baseman,
Yeah,
Sade.
Yeah, you do not want that fifth run coming in to score for Staples.
Sade has 2 singles and a hit by pitch on the afternoon. Hughes fires. This one bounces before it could reach the plate. Ball 1.
And you got to be careful there. Wild pitch. That scores a run in this situation.
Yes, definitely a worry. It's interesting you play the infield in because the runner's on third, but there's only 1 out.
No,
in there for a strike.
You cannot let that fifth run score. That's definitely the right move in my mind. Yeah, I think there's a big difference between being down 1 and being down 2. Just mindset-wise.
Deal swung on a miss. 1-2 now to Sade. Up high, 2-2. See the chant starting here for the Staples Wreckers.
Yeah. Cheer their guy on.
This one's fouled out of play. Count remain 2-2.
2-2. Again, it can be a huge count, both pitcher and hitter.
Pitch by Hughes is just missed. Full count. Here we go.
Well, Staples will take that, but again, looked like another one of those calls here. We've seen a little bit of a small strike zone.
Hughes fires up high. Sade will work a walk, and we'll see if the infield will back up for the double play here.
Yeah, that does set up the double play possibility, so maybe he was pitching around Sade a little bit there. Didn't want to give anything too good to hit.
We get a mound visit here as Luke Oakley will step up to the plate.
See if they go to the bullpen here.
Doesn't look like it. Just looks like it's a conversation from...
Yeah. Brought the entire infield in.
Yeah. Luke Oakley, one of the senior captains, trying to make one last big moment here in his record career.
Yeah, try and send his team to the quarterfinals. Yeah, just a conversation here. Probably trying to also try and maybe give some defensive strategy here. You know, in this type of situation, when you have, you know, the question comes whether to bring the infield in back. Looks like they'll be back at second and short and at the corners here.
Yeah, both.
Look, probably a smart move here.
Holding.
Or not holding. Now he's holding.
Holding Sade at first base.
Yeah.
As Oakley steps in.
So they will play for that double play if it goes to second or short.
Bunt. Oakley hits a bunt, and this is going to get a run here as he's out at first. Not able to beat it out, but that'll get the insurance run as the Wreckers will take a 5-3 lead.
That is a beautiful, beautiful bunt right down the line, down the infield grass. Perfect, so there wasn't a play at home. Run scores. You know, Oakley's out, but he'll take that. It's the sacrifice, and we'll see, you know, with Sade standing at second now, maybe with Oppenheimer at the plate, can the Wreckers add another insurance run here?
Andrew Oppenheimer, the shortstop, steps into the plate. Ryan Hughes fires. It's up high for a ball, 1-0.
Yeah, Oppenheimer definitely looking for something to hit here. They want to restore that 3-run lead they had.
Yeah. Hughes deals, and it is fouled off by Oppenheimer, 1-1. 1-1. Hughes takes a look back at second.
Yeah, Sade's getting
in there
some.
for a strike, 1-2.
Yeah, Sade's getting a big lead off second base there. Definitely don't want to forget about him there.
Yeah, watch what Mason Kakunchi does. He's walking. Oh, looks like he's trying to get right back. He's right there. If he was to look back, he could make the throw as this one is thrown and it is outside. 2-2 now to Oppenheimer.
Yeah, I think Sade maybe we got to be a little bit more again. Out. You don't want to pick off. Never want those outs on the bases.
There will be no pickoff here as Hughes steals. And this one is fouled back. Going as a chance to the car, and that will bounce right before it hits the car.
Yeah. I'm just looking back there. There's a Porsche out there with no top. Could hit someone in the head and they weren't even looking, or hit the Porsche.
Sounds
maybe
like a
even
poor
worse.
decision to bring a Porsche to foul ball territory.
Yeah.
As this pitch is lined, and this will... Oh, what a spectacular catch by the center fielder, Gianni Barbario, to prevent another run from scoring and to end the 6th inning.
Wow, what a play there. Went all out, dive. Could see that on the Sports Center top 10. His hat came off, didn't, he had that mindset he was going to catch that ball. He didn't give up on it and
the
just
Lucas
went all
Kopp
out.
wasn't even there, so they had a chance to be more than a double, potentially a triple, and maybe an inside the park home run there too.
Who knows? Yeah, and it's just a big play to keep his team in the game, keep New Milford the chance to come back here, and this is it. This is their season on the line here. Do they have the rally in their bones, as they say? 3 more outs, the last licks, however you want to put it.
Yeah, here we go. The Wreckers got what they needed in that 6th inning, that insurance run to extend the lead by 2. 5-3. Here we are, top of the 7th. You're listening to WWPT 90.3 FM. I'm Spencer Gottlieb, joined alongside Matthew Stashar, and we are moments away from the 7th inning, and potentially the Wreckers advancing to the quarterfinals.
And if you're the Wreckers, this is the guy you want to have on the mound here. Kaine or Duke, commit. If you're going to put anyone on the mound here, it's him.
And remember, post-game to tune into STV later.
Or WWPT. We'll have it as well. It'll be on both.
On there, yes.
However you want to consume it. It'll be available on social media after as well.
Yes, Russell, Emmett, and Logan will be getting interviews, barring the Staples blowing this. But they
let's not talk about that, though, Spencer. Let's not talk about it.
Just saying what.
You don't want to jinx them, do you?
Not jinxing them as we
It's called announcer jinx. You heard of announcer jinx?
Don't believe in that.
You don't believe in it? I
don't.
believe it's real, man. I've seen it. I've heard about it at least. If Staples loses this game, I'm blaming it on you.
We'll see if Lucas Kopp could get a base hit first. Has not reached base yet, as this first pitch is in there for a strike.
Great start.
Knee deals again. This one is flied all the way foul. 0-2.
Listen.
That just passed right the gas, missing the blue and the white car.
It's pretty exciting to see if it'll hit a car as well. It's almost like a second game being played.
This next pitch is swung on and missed, 1 away.
And that's how you shut the door if you're Kaine. You come out, strike the first guy out on 3 pitches. That's how you show you're not messing around here in the top of the 7th, and gives New Milford little hope that they can stage a rally here.
Now comes up the 9-hitter, the shortstop, Cole Jennings, stepping into the plate. Kai fires. The pitch is in there for a strike, a swing and a miss.
It's like a foul. Did foul tip it there into the glove.
You love to see it if you're the Wreckers. A bunch of swings and misses on this bottom of the order.
Yeah, you can see just how talented a pitcher he is. Just the stuff he has.
Up high, 1-1.
Did miss there, but just the velocity he has, his ability to get guys to swing and miss. Beautiful pitching.
Kai sets. He fires. And this one's up high again. 2-1. Jennings choking up at the plate.
Yeah, definitely the right move.
Kai
Here.
sets. He fires. This one's inside. Look out. 3-1.
You got to start. You got to walk one ball away from putting the tying run at the plate. Don't want to do that in this scenario.
Kai fires. This one is grounded, and that would be right to Oppenheimer, to Barrett. And we are now 1 out away from the Wreckers advancing to the quarterfinals. Now up for New Milford is Johnny Barberio, the leadoff hitter.
Nice play there from Oppenheimer. Able to, speed things up a little bit. Knew he was going to get a little close, but still had time to make the play. Didn't rush too much, got the out. And Wreckers, let's see if Kaini can get the big out here. Send the Wreckers on their way.
First pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. Barberio worked a walk and has 2 groundouts so far in this game. Let's see what he could do in this one, as he has to get on base in order to keep their season alive. In there, it's fouled out, 0-2. As New Milford is down to their final strike of their season.
Yeah.
1 strike away.
If you're New Milford, everyone's on the fence here. Got to try and rally your guy. See if your season can extend. Staples on the fence as well.
Fires. And it's a curveball in there for a strike. And the Wreckers will be advancing to the quarterfinals. The Wreckers win.
Oh, I like the tribute
Yeah.
to John Sterling. Just retired, but what a way to end this game as well. The curveball by Kaini finds the strike zone, and that will do it. Wow, what a game this was. I wasn't here for all of it, but Staples had that 4-1 lead, did give 2 runs back, got the insurance run, and now we see the Wreckers able to get the big win, advance in the state tournament, and maybe they can make a little noise, maybe get to the semis of the final. Just taking it 1 game at a time, though, and today was a big step in that championship process.
Yeah, the Wreckers will enjoy the moment, soak it all in, and the next game get back to work, and we'll see by then who they'll play in the quarterfinals. I'm Spencer Gottlieb, joined alongside Matthew Stasher, and a huge thank you to Charlie Scott.
Yes.
Stay tuned to STV after the game. You are listening to WWPT 90.3 FM. Your Staples Wreckers beat the New Milford
Green
Waves 5-3.